thrilled to be joined on the show by a true American authentic and a true American hero. On behalf of the American Red Cross Los Angeles region, we're happy to celebrate National Red Cross Month and everyday heroes making a difference in the lives of others. Tonight, we are proud to welcome Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger, the miracle on the Hudson pilot and a true American hero. Joining him on the court, there are going to be 10 local heroes, volunteers from the American Red Cross, who freely give their time to help those in need in the Los Angeles area. And we want to give them a big round of applause. Captain, thanks so much for making time. It was 6 years ago that U.S. Airways Flight 1549 made the now famous splash landing in the Hudson River. As you look back 6 years removed from this, Captain, your thoughts, your feelings about it?
Still very grateful that so many people came together on that day and made good happen, saved 155 lives, passengers and crew. But, you know, that's really indicative of how many people on a daily basis do their duty well, have made preparations, have a plan, never knowing when or if they might one day face some ultimate challenge.
You know, March is Red Cross Month, and this week is National Volunteer Recognition Week with 200 Los Angeles Red Cross volunteers coming to the Clippers game tonight to thank them for being local heroes, always there to support and to help the community. And what I'm wondering is, do you ever think about how your life is different today than the day before this miraculous landing on the Hudson? How you were a trained professional, and suddenly, without warning, you were called to be a true hero, a true superstar, and a lifesaver on that day.
And you know what? Crises occur on their own schedule. It's not something you can put on the calendar and plan for. You can certainly prepare for it, but you never know when it may happen, whether it's a flood, a hurricane, a tornado, or something else, or losing both engines on an airline over Manhattan. But that's why lifelong preparation is so important. But, you know, there are many people who have done amazing things. They just haven't all been as publicly tested as we were. They weren't all noticed as much. And so that's why I think it's so important that we thank these who work every day doing things that make a difference in people's lives, even if they haven't gotten as much public notice as they deserve.
I imagine you get a lot of questions from just regular old travel folks out here, people who are going to the airport and trying to get to and from. But I also imagine you must get some very interesting questions from your fellow pilots and what that must be like. Any interesting little tidbits that you've been asked from your fellow pilots about that day?
You know, of course, the words that mean the most to me are the words of gratitude from our passengers that day. When my crew and I and the first responders, New York Waterway, who plucked us out of the river and all made such a good outcome happen. But what my colleagues often say to me and my first officer, Jeff Skiles, and our flight attendants, Donna, Sheila, and Doreen, is they thank us not only for what we were able to accomplish that day under very trying circumstances, but they thank us even more for what we've done since then. You know, since we were chosen by circumstance, temporarily at least, to be the spokespersons for the profession, for the industry, and we have tried to move the needle, to do everything we can to keep aviation and air travel getting safer, and to promote what's a very important profession of being a pilot or a flight attendant, because what we do and how we do it matters, because we literally hold people's lives in our hands on a daily basis.
So let me relate this back to sports terms for a quick second here, Sully, and it's this. As the pilot of that aircraft, or of any aircraft, do you regard your role as sort of like the point guard on the basketball team that calls the plays out there on the floor and helps to drive the offense, or are you more like the coach calling the plays for the team as they get out there and try to win and successfully travel from point A to point B?
Well, we have taught all our pilots and flight attendants how to take this collection of individuals. And at a large airline, when we begin a number of days of flying together, we are often assigned to fly with people we've never met before. And so we have to very quickly take this team of experts and then create an expert team, so that if we do face some ultimate challenge suddenly, even on the very first flight together, we can handle it successfully. And so that's much of the human factor of what we've done and how we've made aviation so ultra-safe.
You know, Captain, on behalf of a grateful traveling public and of a grateful nation, I truly appreciate you making time for us to share your story and to share with us the great work of the American Red Cross Los Angeles region and the the National Red Cross as well. It is great to visit with you. Good luck. God bless. Enjoy the game. And thanks so much for coming by on the Hardcore Clippers on the Beast 980.
You're very welcome. And the American Red Cross was there for us that afternoon on the New York and the New Jersey side of the river. with American Red Cross blankets.
Absolutely a welcome sight because it was January and you were coming out of the river, no doubt. All right, Captain, thank you so much. Good luck, God bless, and we'll talk to you again soon, sir.
Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful to visit with Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger. Sully is an American hero and an American icon who did exactly the right thing on that horrible day, what would have been a horrible day there on the Hudson River. And remember that the American Red Cross is always there for you. We have Ralph Lawler's game plan. Remember, the American Red Cross reminds you to have your own emergency game plan and asks you that question on a daily basis. What's your emergency game plan? All right, that's going to do it for us here with Hardcore Clippers. Coming up next is going to be Clippers Countdown with Isaac Lowenkron. On behalf of Joe Arrigo, John Ingalls, and the entire Beast 980 family, let's go Clippers. Let's win this game tonight. Let's put another one in the books and get closer to the playoffs. I'm Brett Witterble. You've been listening to Hardcore Clippers right here on your new home for sports, the Beast 980, where we